Coach?
Before we start with the, I'm sorry. Just
No,
talk about Tony DeChico, just a moment of silence and what he meant to the sport.
Yeah, of course. I'm obviously newish to the country now, and I know players that have worked with him. Obviously, I worked with Cat Whitehill last year. Spoke very highly of him. Obviously, it was a bit of surprise and a shock, but then you found out obviously that the illness that he had, and obviously it's sad for the sport because he's done so much for women's soccer in this country, and he deserves all the accolades that he's getting. I'm reading from numerous people involved in the women's game, so obviously it's been an emotional week because he worked for this club as well, and I know he was an avid Breakers fan, so I'm just sorry that we couldn't at least get a point for him today.
You said that the previous 3 losses, it was down to individual mistakes. Do you feel like you fixed those even though you guys didn't manage to get on the board today?
Yeah, look, I thought we defended well for obviously one moment where we stepped out and they've exploited that. You know, look, it's tough when you're in one of the games that you're in, and obviously we've got some very good players that are missing as well, which is obviously tough. But I felt second half we was okay. We created some good chances, but we just didn't capitalise on them. We didn't really allow them obviously many opportunities. I thought we started the game well. The first 15 minutes I thought was excellent, and then we just stopped doing what the game plan was and started sort of doing our own little things, and it causes us problems because they're so strong centrally. And if you keep trying to play through the middle, then you're just going to end up being countered, and that's something we worked on all week, and I felt second half we've done it a lot better. And from that we got more of the ball and we had more openings and we created more chances. But we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We've just said at the end there as a group that we had a good second 40 minutes in Carolina. We've had an okay second 45 minutes here, a good 15-minute period. It's just got to be consistent now. We've got to stick to what the principles are and stick to our basics and make sure that we do that consistently, because if we don't, then the same things are going to keep happening.
What do you feel are some of the things lacking in the final third that are really keeping you guys off the scoreboard here?
Well, look, we've lost Rose Lavelle, we lost Rosie White today. The Costa come off with heat exhaustion at half time. So when you keep having constant changes to that area, obviously it's going to affect it slightly. We've worked all week in the final third stuff about occupying different zones, different interchange of movements. A lot of teams done a good job on tacks and making sure that they're getting 2 bodies around us. We've been trying to clear the space there. And I felt when we've done it in the second half, we've done it really well. But we've just got to make better decisions, in the final third. Like, we're shooting when we should be passing, and we're passing when we should be shooting, and just little things like that. And that comes down to confidence. And we've got obviously a massive 3 games coming up now, so we have to find a solution pretty quickly.
You have been making your substitutions in the midfield and forward. You've stuck pretty strong with your back line. What's the thought process in sticking with them?
I think they've done well most of the season. Obviously we've missed Chapman. She's an excellent defender, but Brooke's come in and done very well. But I've been pleased. I thought Westville was excellent today. I thought Megan Rice had done well today. So 9 times out of 10 we've done okay, as I said before, and I said it last week. The run on the away route has come down to just decision making that's cost us the goals. I don't think that was necessarily the point today, but I thought today we defended pretty well for most of the game.
You had Morgan Andrews kind of pushing up in the second half. What do you think about her performance in this game? She seemed okay?
Yeah, no, Morgs is growing in confidence every day, she's been desperate to get on the pitch. I felt she's done well last week. I felt some of her play today was excellent. Again, the difference from the college level to the top level is the decision making. She had a couple of strikes when she should have passed it because they've got to be welded, like Camilla's last week as an example for Orlando. So I've been really pleased with the way that she's starting to settle in, and as I said, she come back from, unfortunately, when she had to leave us in pre-season. She was a little bit behind everyone, and she's starting to catch up, and she's only going to get better now with minutes and games and experience within this league.
Do you think that gives you some problems with picking your starting 11, or do you think she's starting to earn her way in? Or do you some decisions you might have to make in the future.
But that's what I wanted with this roster. So, you know, if she comes in and does well, then she keeps the shirt. If there's other people not performing, then obviously we'll change it. So, but that's what we wanted to try and create with this roster, was competition for places. And I think we've done that. And you know, we just have to, as I say, just try and turn this corner, and we've got to start that on Wednesday in Houston.
Could you just comment on Sammy Jo? It looked like she held up pretty good, at least in that early onslaught.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased with her. She's a good goalkeeper. She's a great shot stopper, and I think she proved that today. One area of her game that we want to improve is her distribution, and you know, as games go on and if teams are forced to kick, it starts to get a little bit deeper and deeper. But again, that's going to come with training, come with strength, and you know, and it's going to come with games and experience. But you know, I've got two good goalkeepers here, and you know, I thought she's done well today, especially against such a tough team that put you under a lot of pressure with set plays and strikes and crosses coming in the box. So she could take a lot of positives from her performance today.
Last one from me. What's the timeline on Alicia Chapman, do you think?
Fingers crossed she should be fit for Wednesday. So that'd be good, because Brooke's struggling with an ankle injury at the moment, so she's not going to make probably 3 games in 7 days. And we've got a couple of others that are struggling with little knocks. It's been a real tough period with these injuries that's really hurt us in this period, you know. And the frustrating thing is, it's no fault of our own. You know, Rose got injured with the national team, Chappie got injured with the national team. You know, as I say, it's just one of them things that with international football, it's part and parcel of things you've got to take.
Oh, Abby Smith, will she be okay for the weekend, do you think? Or
She had the injection Tuesday, it's 2 weeks, so we're probably looking after Washington, if I'm honest with you.
okay. All right, thank you, Matt.
Thanks for coming in,
No
Matt.
worries, thank you. Cheers.